backcountry grasslands, and this is where I'm going to spend the night. I think I found a good spot here. Fairly open, which is good because there's a risk of thunder showers tonight. So, I got a tent, I got some delicious food. And I just heard something crashing through the woods back there. Probably heard me talking. Check out, see what it is. Well, there certainly are animal trails. That's a little surprising. This is the only outcropping of sort of forest or woods in the area. The rest is just rolling hills. So they must whatever it was, bound between territories. I don't think there would be bear out here, but I could be wrong. If there's deer, there's probably cougar and bear. All right. Yeah, I think I found my spot here. These rolling hills don't look like anything on Google Maps, but once you get here, it's quite a hike. Okay, I'm gonna set up my tent and dry off a bit here. There we go. Gotta straighten everything out first, but shelter is pretty much done. Oh. Nice dry spot under this pine. Probably not smart since there was a forecast of thunder and lightning. Brought a tent because I wasn't sure how bad the bugs would be. It wasn't supposed to be raining until noon. It's not even noon yet. So, I've got a lot of time on my hands, which is good. Time to relax. As soon as this rain stops, the mosquitoes are going to pick up. They're coming underneath this tree for shelter, just like me. So I'm up almost at the top of a small hill here. I'm definitely not the biggest hill in the area. I'm surrounded by a big one, like 4 or 5 big ones around. So hopefully that doesn't cause any problems if lightning does come. Super warm for May. Very warm for May. We're getting hit with a cold front now, that's why there's a risk of thunder. And I'm just at the edge of it, just where the heat is mixing with the cold air. So that's a recipe for some fireworks. So hopefully I get a couple claps today and tonight. I did bring my fishing rod just in case. And there is a lake over there. But I left the rod in the car. Oh. See what happens with this rain, I guess. What else can you do? I suppose I could go get firewood, but there's a ton of it around, and I don't need it to be super dry either. I got birch bark with me and fire starter. Well, meant to move the tent underneath a tree since it's not pegged down, just to get it out of the rain some. And then the rain kind of stopped. It's still drizzling a bit, but I don't know. It doesn't look like, from what I can see, thunderclouds are in the area. I don't know. I've heard a few distant rumbles. That's it. Still lots of time left in the day, though. It's just afternoon. I didn't bring my chair because I broke it. I was scooting back and landed on one leg and just snapped the thing right off. So we're back to sitting on a sleeping pad on a rock, which I'm going to feel tomorrow. I'm a taller guy, so the lower back, all that bending down, leaning over. I really wanted Henry to come, but with the threat of thunder showers, he does not like loud noises. I think last Halloween spooked him for good. Scared him straight. So any sort of loud noise would not be a good environment for him, I don't think. Well, the rain has dissipated a little bit, so now that I'm kind of chilling down, I'm kind of in the mood for some coffee. Some coffee? So I'm going to get the fire pit ready now and start a small fire just to boil some water. Just grabbing some rocks here. I just disturbed a kingdom of ants. Okay. So I figure this is a good area for the fire, just right in front of where I was sitting there. And there is a lot of duff here, but number one, it's getting wet. Number two, it's all sitting on this big rock. So what I probably can do is just clear it off and get down to the base of the rock, which I seem to have already done. Just a bit of grass here. Probably get more rocks on there in a bit, but now let's get some tinder. Some dry tinder. Shouldn't be a problem. It only just started raining a few hours ago. Oftentimes the best place that you can get kindling, dry kindling, is you got pine. They often have twigs down at the bottom that are nicely sheltered from all the moisture. Like even down here. So you can hear the wind starting to pick up. The rain has stopped. Everything's just drip dry now. These aren't sheltered too well. They're a bit damp, but they're snapping well, so they're dry. So. Maybe try and find some without all this damp moss. Even the ground, well, there's quite a bit on the ground here. Oh yeah, that'll do. Okay, well that's a start. Might be all I need. Alright, now bigger sticks. So I'm starting to get some heat from the sun that's just barely radiating through the clouds. So I'm going to bring my tent to sort of air out and dry as much as possible. Wow, this is all dry here. Might just leave all the wood under this tree. Keep it dry. All the sap, also known as pitch. Oh, it's still pliable, still kind of gooey. Well, if you don't have fire starter, this is a good way to get your first flames going pretty well. This is an old pine. Oh. Might be a little too wet for just birch bark, but we will see. I do have more of it, but so I don't need to use it. I think that's good. Really good heat. The rain has completely stopped. Got no lid. Maybe some ash in my coffee. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Bit of charcoal to take away the heartburn. I've actually had to do that before. Last winter, I think it was during the 4 feet of snow video. I could link it. That was a fun trip. First time I brought Henry out to a no tent overnighter, I think. And I got the worst heartburn that night. And I think I forgot to bring like Tums or anything, so I had to resort to eating charcoal. But I'm glad there's this pause in the rain just to get ready for whatever's coming tonight. We'll see. We'll see how this thunderstorm or thunder shower, whatever it's supposed to be. We'll see if it happens. I think what I'll do, because it looks like it's going to start raining again. In fact, I think it has. See if I can find a big log that I can put over the fire just to protect it when it does start to rain. I think I made a good call on the position of the fire. Wind's not coming towards me. It's nothing better than a campfire coffee. If you haven't experienced it, even if you don't like coffee, you should try it. And try it black too, none of this milk and sugar. The way that I do it is essentially a French press without the press. That's hot. Delicious. Kept my spoon from the last trip. I can't find my spork, so this thing works pretty well. Nothing like using a handcrafted utensil. Yeah, it's coming on to rain now. I'm gonna get the camera out of the wet. Not a waterproof camera. Okay, this is where I'm gonna get my fire protection from. I guess my rain protection. A couple of these dead pieces of wood. This will work well. Find another piece. Well, there are deer around here. I guess I should have known. Deer poop. Yeah, just anything that will absorb the rain, act as sort of a roof, and not burn at the same time. Okay, I gotta get under some cover here. The beauty of those rain logs is obviously they can be soaking wet, rotted, which you can find anywhere. Right now, the ones that I grabbed aren't completely wet, so I'm just leaving them out in the rain. Hopefully by then I'll have well, by the time I need it, I'll have a roaring fire. You don't want to put it out. I don't know if you can see that behind. Probably not too well. We got some thick clouds coming in. I better get myself situated, or make sure I'm situated before all hell breaks loose. Well, the rain seems to just be going off and on. And the clouds are dissipating a little bit, so probably not enough for sunshine, but I'm using my tent as a rain catch because I've only got an Nalgene of water, and I need some of that for coffee and stuff. I better get this camera out of the rain once again. Well, just an update. Rain's come in again. Doesn't look that strong on camera, and it really isn't, but it'll get you wet pretty quick. And I don't want to go in the tent. I am getting somewhat soaked. I mean, my rain gear is holding out well. Not wearing rain pants, but my pants are remaining pretty dry, just because they're drying faster than they're getting wet with this fire here. But I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather not spend the time in the tent right now. Much rather next to the fire. It's not bothering me much anyway, the rain. So for dinner tonight, I've got chicken rigatoni, chicken riggies. Well, without the chicken. So I guess just vegetarian riggies. Super excited. Such a good camping dish. Spicy, sweet, delicious, salty. Very, very good. So looking forward to that. I was getting some good shelter under this tree, but now raindrops are hitting pretty hard. They're getting pretty thick and just falling on me, so might have to get this fire rocking again so that I can dry out faster than I get dripped on. You know, it's raining, it's wet, but this is still very nice. I can't imagine what it would be like with a nice hot sun, beautiful scenery. Well, actually, I know exactly how it would be. It would be buggy and sweaty. So maybe this is the better option. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is packing that wet tent up tomorrow. Above me. That's a nice surprise. Seeing as how I'm not getting any lightning, any thunder, I'd rather not have the rain. At least not the entire time. Now there's gray sky in behind you there, so this might be short-lived. But while we got this nice weather, it's time to prepare my meal. guarantee you I'm not going to be able to finish this in one go. So I'm going to have a couple goes at this thing. So, like I said, for dinner, chicken riggies without the chicken. Veggie riggies. Vegetarian riggies. All my ingredients. Now, I apologize if I'm out of frame here and there. My viewfinder stopped working. I may have gotten it too wet. I'm not sure what the problem is there. It's early, it's about 6 o'clock now. And I got my green pepper, or sorry, my red peppers. Now I got my mixed pickled peppers. I'll actually save those until later. Guys, I think I finally destroyed my camera. I think I got it too wet. The viewfinder doesn't work, and when I look through the peep finder or whatever that's called, it turns all green, so I'm not able to see what I'm shooting. And then when I take the battery out, it's like super hot, so it must have got water in it. So now I'm resorting to my phone. My phone will do all the heavy lifting from here on out. Just like the good old days, back when I first started. Hopefully it dries out and corrects itself, but I'm not holding my breath for that. It's also showing that my second battery, which was fully charged, is almost dead. So that is not good. Not good at all. I got my dinner cooking here. It's almost ready. You know what? Just gonna wait. I'm gonna have it now. It is my dinner beer. It is a Yellow Dog Hazy IPA. Strong beer. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Yeah, it looks like clouds are coming back in behind me. Okie dokie. Okay. Alrighty then. It's basically ready. It could thin out, or sorry, thicken a bit more. Wow. I don't know if you can see that on the angle. For me, what makes this dish is the black olives. I've always loved olives. And these aren't just any olives, they're Lindsay olives. Lindsay olives, Jerry. Warms you right up. Perfect amount of cayenne in there. Black pepper. First meal since 7 this morning, or 8 this morning. Oh, it's hot. I hope the rain holds out for a bit longer here. Sorry, you're getting smoked out. So now I've got my phone on my tripod. There we go. Just put a whole bunch of wood on the fire because it was kind of going out and it sparked up. Definitely missing the chicken. It's crazy how a gray sky can kind of play with your mood a little bit. Just that little moment of blue sky raised me emotionally a little bit there, and then obviously it's back to gray. And I guess maybe knowing that the rain is coming does put sort of like a damper on things a little bit. Now, I knew I was coming out here and I knew it was going to be raining, although I thought it was going to be an exciting thunderstorm. Oh, wow. There's a bald eagle swooping down for fish in the lake. But yeah, I can't imagine having to survive in a situation like this where it's gray skies for a number of days, rainy, cold, dreary. Dinner is complete. There's still a little bit left in the pot. We need more fuel for the fire. Just these dead branches on this massive pine. There we go. It's just getting dark now, as you can see. It's about 8:15 or so. And the rain has come in again. When the moisture increases, the fire must increase. Let's get the wood on. Let's get the wood on. Huh? There's a good piece of wood. Let's get it on. All right, since I saw you last, it has not stopped raining. This fire right here is the only thing that's kept me outside, to be honest. I've been tempted to hunker in the tent, but you know what? I'm staying relatively dry. The top part of my body's getting wet from the drip, but the bottom part is getting dried by the fire. So I've got my sleeping pad as a umbrella, basically. So that's it, guys. That's where I'm at. I'll keep you updated for sure. But I got the sense I'll be next to this fire for another hour or so. I'm pretty sure. Is that not the scariest thing you've seen all night? Woo! 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 Yay! Just going with the flow, you know? That's how we do. Oh, I gotta take that coat down. Every time I look to the left, that's what I see. It's stopped raining, but wind has picked up. I'm actually able to see some of the stars and the moon, which is a welcome sight. I'll tell you what. It's been raining for the past 2.5, 3 hours, so this fire is drying me off. That's good, because I was soaked at one point. Still, my feet are pretty soaked, so I got to work to dry those off as soon as the water stops dripping off these trees above me. Oh, don't be sad. It's the weekend. Hey, 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 hey. Good morning. So you can hear the rain has come in again. It stopped raining until early morning. Around 5. It started up again. So now I'm just waiting. Or now I'm gonna wait until this rain dissipates some. Hopefully it does soon, that way I can pack up and get out of here. I don't think I'm gonna worry about coffee or anything. We'll see. I slept really good, actually. Very good. This grass serves as sort of a cushion for me. It's a little chilly this morning, but that's because most of my stuff is damp or wet. One of my socks fell into a little puddle that was forming inside the tent, so that felt nice putting it on in the morning. But the rain has dissipated a bit here, so I'm just gonna pack up and head on out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay folks, that's gonna do it for this one. Backpack is all packed, campsite's all clear. I really enjoyed this one, so thank you for sticking with me. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, a thumbs down. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.